ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We got a great episode. I ruined this. I'm going to start all over again right now. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I didn't say super pumped to be here. That was a whole vibe shift. It was ruined.
You know what? It's okay. I say roll with it.
You want me to
roll with
keep
it.
going right
we were
now?
supposed to be making the people laugh, and this is kind of funny. I love it. Keep it. Boom.
Super pumped to be here, producer Julian. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I'm pumped to be here too. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, man.
It's a great day.
Everybody at home, everybody in the car, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This is Honest to God, a production of The Quest, Atlanta's Catholic Radio. We got a killer show today. For right now, we've just got Mario and Hannah, both veterans, in this house, in the studio. It's going to be great. We keep being told somebody's going to be appearing pretty soon. We might have a special guest after the first half. Might be Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah,
we've
got and we've got
coming.
some extra producers behind the scene too. The show is growing so rapidly that now we need a lot of extra help, and they're here.
Yeah, the room is surprisingly packed today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave my little fan on under the desk that keeps it cool. It's gonna warm up. No, but we got a really good episode today. We're gonna be talking about what's the official title? 30 life skills every young adult should know. And we're going to go through them. We're gonna tally them up. We're gonna judge you on whether or not you know how to do these. I have not read them, so I don't know if I can or not, but I'm super excited about it. It's gonna be a great show.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, but before we do that, we're doing 2 fun facts, right? 2 fun facts, producer Julian?
What I was going to try to, for this episode only, just as a sample, 1 fun fact and 1 fun life goal that you have right now. We're trying to this episode.
Fun?
Doesn't have to be fun, but we're trying to bring laughter to the people, So if it can be fun, it makes somebody smile.
We should start opening with fake laughs.
Start opening with fake laughs.
Yeah, I love a good fake
We'll look
laugh.
into that. We've got some extra producers here. Maybe they can look into that
I love
too.
a fake laugh. Yeah. All right, but before we do any of that, let's get started in prayer. Mario, Hannah, one of you guys want to volunteer?
Sure.
Do it.
The Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Dear Lord, thank you for everything. Just thank you for this period. Thank you for this time. Thank you for these great people. Thank you for the growth that you've brought to the show and to the world. I just ask that you bless us and that our words may not be our own, but that we may be vessels for your words tonight. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
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 Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. Solid B+, A-. That was a good prayer.
Really?
That was a good prayer. Yeah.
If you were to grade
If
prayers,
I were
which
grading,
you don't,
which I don't do anymore.
Yeah.
I've been told to stop. Yeah, so that's not. I didn't give you that. That was fantastic. I think today's going to be really fun. Actually, today's much more structured than normal. I have a whole sheet of stuff that was given me from corporate back there in the green room that we're going to be going through. It's going to be exciting. But first, before we do that, let's do fun facts. You guys both just owe us 1 because you're new. 1 fun. Oh, and then we're doing the 1 life goal.
Life goal. Yeah.
All right. I think we put them on the spot there, so give them a little grace on those life goals. Whenever you're ready, Mario.
Oh, wow, we're going with me?
Yeah, you got to go with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess 1 fun fact would be that I've been leading young men, well, actually boys, just like middle school boys for, I want to say now, I'm going on 5 years now, I think.
Nice.
I've been leading this since I was 16, 17.
Like doing what, youth group stuff?
Yeah, youth group. Like especially focusing on young boys. So I've been doing that for a hot minute now that I think about it.
I love middle school. I've taught 7th grade for years. I currently teach 7th grade. I really like middle school. Like boys, the crazy, beautiful, dumb, awful wonderfulness of them really speaks to me in some way. And I think all my jokes are really funny.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate. I'm like Donald Trump in that way. Like if you like me, I just automatically like you back. I don't care. It doesn't matter if you're the dictator of some third world country. Like I'm just on your team. Cool. You like me, I like you. Mutual admiration society. So
There you go.
okay. You got any big life goals, Mario?
We're doing fun goals or life goals?
Life goals, right?
Sure. Life.
Life. Probably make my own engineering design company.
Heck yeah. That's
cool.
fun.
Yeah, that
That
is.
can be fun. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're building cool things, especially with new theoretical concepts, new tech, I think that would be fun. Saves people's lives, brings people happiness.
I dig it. All right. Awesome. What about you, Hannah? What you got? You got any fun facts, life goals going on over there?
Fun fact, the necklace I'm wearing, my miraculous medal is not a miraculous medal, just the saint medal, is a family heirloom.
How far back does it go?
As far as I know, since my grandparents came over from Poland, and my grandfather's parents gave it to him. So at least the 60s.
That's cool. And they got it in Poland?
I'm assuming, yes.
That's neat. Big shout out to the Poles, just in general.
Big shout
Yeah.
out. Very
Good
proud.
people.
Great people. Yeah.
I know you owe us a life goal, and I'm hearing that it's supposed to be hilarious, so no pressure.
Well, I don't know if hilarious is the right word, but I started singing at one of the services at Mass, and my goal is to confidently solo. I have yet to confidently do it.
Yeah, that's a really good life goal. I like that.
I sing with a bunch of high schoolers, and they are really good.
I don't want to brag, but I was LeFou in Beauty and the Beast my junior year of high school. So
Wow.
if you need some lessons, you want some singing lessons, let me know.
LeFou?
LeFou.
Was that the
Gaston's
like,
tiny sidekick. Yes.
Oh, I can definitely see that.
Oh yeah, I still know all the words to that bar song. I don't remember the name of it, but it was
he's just called Gaston.
it was great. Yeah,
I think it
maybe
is
so.
just Gaston. Yeah.
No.
Honestly, if you can still remember a bar song from when your junior year of high school, I think you're doing good.
Yeah, it was a great show. Big shout out to Deerfield Windsor, theatrical, everything. We did spring musicals right. It was amazing. You doing any? You got a life goal, Julian?
Yeah, I got a life goal.
you got?
And I'll share a fun fact. I was at a CTK, that's Christ the King, event on Saturday where I ran into Hannah. Shout out to Hannah. And it was a good time. It was a casino night, and my buddy and I killed it at the craps table. We could not lose. And I think it's because we didn't care because there was no actual money on the line.
Gotcha.
And it was just win, 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 win. I'm like, wow, time to go to a casino. This was a lot of fun.
That is the lesson you should take.
Right.
Your life goal should be becoming a professional gambler.
That's actually was my life goal.
Great.
Yes, to
Okay.
become a professional gambler, which I don't recommend anybody because they always end up broke or teaching, and that's the way that you be a professional gambler.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
Wind up in education.
Right.
That's good. Do I have to do a life goal? I don't know.
You know what?
Was that a
Let's do.
goal?
You
Sure,
never
why
know.
not?
You don't really do fun facts. So get the life
Sure.
goal. What do you got right now?
Fun fact. I am. I'm about to have a delivery of 50 chickens come in. We've got our meat birds coming in soon for spring. We raised
Congratulations.
50 meat birds. Thanks. Very exciting stuff. And my life goal. I don't know. Not to sound cocky, but I'm really comfortable with everything going on in my life. We just finished this new house. I've got our little farm situations going. Life is going really good. My life goal, Julian, is to finally get that interview with Jeff Goldblum here on Honest to
Jeff
God,
Goldblum, yeah.
a production of the Quest
Yeah.
at Atlantis Catholic.
That's a good one. If I was to give an actual life goal, it would actually be to get Harrison Butker on the show.
yeah.
Yeah, I was Butker on the
I got
show.
a
Yeah.
good
He's from
Butker.
Atlanta.
I got
Yeah.
a Butker connection.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, let's try and make that.
We'll
work.
talk about it off air. Yeah.
And shoot us down in the comments that you're praying for Harrison Butker to come on the air.
He needs some prayers after recent Super Bowl. Hey, it wasn't his fault at all. Thank goodness.
It wasn't.
He had nothing to do with it.
He
That's true.
literally
He didn't have
got
a
to
chance.
just hang out
He didn't
and
get
pray
a
on the
try.
sideline. Yeah, good for him. Yeah.
All right, guys. So let's dig in because I kind of want to do this game. I'm kind of excited about this game that I've been given today, where y'all have a piece of paper, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna go through them. We got about 40 minutes or something to work our way slowly through this list of 25 things. The first 5 are Catholic, and then we get to sort of just secular stuff that you ought to know. But it's entitled 30 Life Skills Every Young Adult Should Know. And every time there's one that you know how to do a little tally. But we're going to work our way through it slowly. Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, the first one. Sorry. The first one. Easy. This is kind of a trivia one. What word do Catholics not say during Lent? I hope we all know that. Do you guys know that one?
Yes.
Yeah, we're
Everybody-
supposed to
Are we
say
supposed
it?
to say it or?
It's not
Lent
right
It's
now.
not let yet.
Wait,
Okay.
is this going to air in Lent? I mean, every
Well,
episode of Honest to God's live.
I
but-
think it is going to air in Lent, but
Okay.
my question is, you said that they're supposed to put a tally mark
Yeah,
next
are we supposed
to
to?
it.
Do you
Is this a
know the word?
competition?
Well,
Listen,
of course.
I'm reading the
Yeah.
script here.
Tally.
So put a tally
That's
if you know
definitely-
the
This
word
is an
you
honor
shouldn't say.
system, okay?
That's easy. No, we can
agree.
talk about
I
it. We can talk about it. It's not Lent right now, so I feel like I can say it, right?
I think we
Yes.
can.
All right,
Yeah,
good.
it's,
You
it's
guys
fine.
have-
It's fine.
you
And in
guys have
fact,
permission.
I think even we can say it. We shouldn't, but it's actually in Mass that we're only the time that we're not supposed to say it. I
That's
think
right.
is the liturgically correct way to
Well,
look at that.
it has this beside it. This is interesting. It says, hint, some kids, quote, bury it. Is that a thing?
Yeah, the school my kids went to last year, it was Ordinariate Parish, and they do things very traditionally. So they took the word, which we'll reveal in a second. And they actually put it in a barn. We had to walk through Mass. They took the word. It was written on this big, huge piece of cardboard and put it in the barn behind the parish. It was really, really cool. Very weird.
To sort of represent that this is shut off as
Buried,
part
yep.
of our Lenten. Oh, that's kind of neat.
That's right. It was neat. It was neat. I liked the ordinary of folks over there. They're really cool.
Right. I like that. I've decided, executive decision, we're not going to say it. If you don't know, you can just fester on that for the
Yeah.
rest of the day.
If you do know, put it in the comments, though.
Unless it's Lent.
Unless
Yeah.
it's
And then if you write it somehow, that's also bad. I don't know. I don't make the rules, but
Put an asterisk next to 3 of the letters as if you're putting in a
Right.
a 4-letter word. But don't put 4-letter words, please.
All right, sorry. Second one. How long? These are easy. How long should I fast before receiving Holy Communion? Does everybody know how long you should fast before you receive Holy Communion?
yes.
I believe
Absolutely.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it actually says, and I don't know if this is an amendment to that question, but do drinks count? My understanding is everything but water, right?
Yeah, everything but water. So
Counts.
you can have water, medicine, and that's it.
Can't have coffee.
No.
Can't do a couple of shots.
No.
Can't. What about cigarettes? Nicotine? I don't know. I'm genuinely
I
curious.
honestly think that would be considered like a consumption of something.
Yeah.
That's
It feels like you should.
But it's
Yeah,
not
you
in your
should.
stomach.
Oh, good point. It's
And
in your
I think
bloodstream.
it is in your bloodstream, but I think the purpose is to have the stomach empty. I mean, I don't consume cigarettes, but
Right.
And is it an hour before Mass or an hour before communion? And I just revealed the answer, but
It's an hour
is it
before,
It's an hour.
yeah.
before communion.
communion?
Okay.
It,
Oh,
for
I always
for
do
those
for
that
Mass.
aren't
I think you ought to.
for
I think
those
it's
that aren't
cooler.
priests, it is definitely an hour before communion. But for priests, it is an hour before Mass. They can't have anything. At least that's what
It's
I
like-
was told.
I lived in Ireland where masses were like 10 minutes, so
Nice.
You
Might as well
gotta-
be now.
Irish Mass.
yeah, I was like, you gotta do the hour before mass starts.
I had to talk my then like 8-year-old daughter off a ledge one time because she was watching the clock and she was like, "Dad, we're getting in line for communion. I ate whatever or drank something 55 minutes ago." And I said, "It's a long line. It's going to be cool." And then we had a really good talk in the car afterwards about what being pharisaical means. And well, I was saying, you're 8 years old. I'm sure you weren't intent. Jesus Christ wants you to receive him and not to hold to some letter of the law. It wasn't on purpose. You didn't realize it. I do think as adults, though, there's a different standard.
Yes.
We need to be a little more
Oh, for sure.
all about it.
Now,
Yeah.
I sing at mass, and I have before when I've had like a sore, like not like I'm sick, but
Don't
sore
you be
throat.
cough dropping it. Don't you
No.
say that, Hannah.
No, I do hot tea. I did like a peppermint tea, and I was like, Jesus, I think this is an exception because I have a microphone in my face, and I don't want to cough the whole time.
I'm doing this for the sake
This
of
is for the sake of the parish.
I honestly
Well-
think that's a valid thing to do.
And is there honey
I don't
added,
know.
or is it just
It
the
was
tea
just
bag?
peppermint tea.
See, that's just
I was like-
infused water.
I don't know if anybody has a
Can I have
comment
a
on that.
can I have a like a bubbly? Can I have a LaCroix
Well, that
before I go?
Just
Well,
for pleasure, though.
yeah,
no.
it can't be for pleasure. If it's
Oh, okay. You're saying because of the
This was-
utility behind it.
Because I was
Oh.
like working for mass, right?
Sure.
yeah, I think then that the standard would
I
definitely
was like,
be
maybe I
lowered.
could just do hot water.
So like I also feel like that's true, but I also want to be combative, right? And I find myself the older I get, the more just sort of moderate in my opinions I've become. It's almost like
It's always fun to
It's
put that black
lame.
hat on.
I've gotten to like this
Poke
whole
holes.
like, well, actually, there's a golden mean, and that's lame. I spent so many years as a guy who was like, no, this radical, ridiculous position is the right answer, and your facts are not going to change my opinion. And now that I'm moderating, I feel lame.
I will
so
slap that tea out of your
yeah,
hand.
you're probably right, but I want to argue with you. All right, number 3. We got 3 more Catholic ones left. How to get a copy of your sacraments or form from pastor that you are in good standing. And then it says like a confirmation sponsor, etc. I mean, I know I'm married to a woman who knows how to do that because every time we're asked to be a godparent or something, she handles that piece. Now that you guys have made your decision tally-wise, I think the answer is just email the front office of the church. I don't
That's
know.
usually how it starts.
Right?
It's the one that you think you got that sacrament in.
Email the lady that you have to argue with when you don't want to take baptism classes because this is your 6th kid, and why are we still doing this? I have a degree in theology. Just for an
Because they know
example.
better.
I don't know if that's everybody. That's just an example.
The
I'm
lady
throwing
at the
out.
front desk always knows better. That's
Yeah.
Pretty.
Thank goodness for
Actually, here's the life tip.
Susan from
Keep
Church
a
Council.
good relationship with the lady at the front desk at your church, and then that's how you
I
get
mean,
it done.
really, in life, there's about a half dozen middle-aged to early, like 70s women that you should just be really, really sweet to, and your whole life will go a lot easier, even if you have to fake it.
That's right.
That's my advice.
Are
I would
these-
put that on here. How to fake good relationships with people who have just a modicum of power, but it's really inconvenient if you make them mad.
Does that
Yeah.
apply to your family?
Yeah, oh yeah, it applies across the board.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
my family personally,
Oh, okay.
but I would imagine it could for some.
I could
But
see that.
Lawyers always know to keep the judges, judicial assistants, or secretaries in good graces, because if you want a hearing, that's who you have to go through.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
That's good to know. I think most of my life has been easier just because I am willing to throw my pride out the window and really suck up to nice old ladies behind desks with little placards in front of them who can make my life miserable.
That's right. And that's how John Henry got to where he is today. So,
Right here on AM radio.
yeah.
Exciting stuff. You too can reach these successes, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just nice to the lady at the front desk. This is a guy. Hopefully, this is going to be a good tally for everybody. How to make a good confession, a good examination of conscience, how often and what makes something a mortal sin versus a venial sin. Sort of understanding the dynamics of sin and forgiveness. That's good. I kind of like these Catholic
That's a
ones.
great question. Yeah, that's a good thing to know for sure.
I teach the venial versus mortal sin thing to those same seventh graders I was just talking about every year, and it leads to like 8 hours of the most random, specific examples of whether or not somebody's culpable for their sins.
I think when we were having that, I was having that class in middle school, 7th grade as well. It lasted like 2 days.
Yeah.
And then back when I went through it in high school, it lasted the entire week.
Right.
And it was just so like.
What if I'm on a jet ski, but I didn't know that it was stolen when I got on it, and then I hit somebody, but it wasn't on purpose, but I wished it were. And I would get these random. I was like, I don't know. You should go to confession. Just go to confession.
It just makes you think like, where are these guys getting this information?
Exactly. My whole sacraments class that I give for the kids is so fun because it's all of these. Well, what about this and this and this? When you get into the matter and the minister, it's fun. Yeah. All right, last Catholic one. Oh, and if you put a tally mark, you have to tell them. You have to say them out loud. What are the holy days of obligation for 2025? Does anybody know what they are?
Like no.
It says
all.
for 2025, but I would just say, do you know the holy days of obligation?
I know like I'd say like
I'll let-
50%.
Before we say them, comment what you know down below. You don't have to put all of them, but just comment one of them down below before you hear it. And if you're listening on the radio, pull over your car right now, because we do not advocate for driving and using electronics, and make sure that you're subscribed to Honest to God, and then go on this video and comment one of your favorite or known holy days of obligation.
Oh, I was getting frustrated because I was saying, no, there's 5, and there's 6 listed here, but I mean, we all know one is Christmas, right? And I just sort of didn't have that
Yeah.
registered. That
Christmas doesn't count.
Well, and
Christmas-
the other
well,
52.
Christmas absolutely
It
counts.
counts. I'm saying you cannot put it in the comments, is what I'm saying, because we now revealed it.
All right, I want to dig right now into these 25 secular ones. And any thoughts? I want to
Say
go
secular
into
ones?
secular ones, right? Ones that have nothing
Oh.
to do, right, with the faith.
Non-Christmas.
Are we not going to name the secular
You got
holy
it.
days of obligation? What you're saying?
No, the other secular. No, there's not 25 secular holy days of obligation, but there's 25 other life skills that are not related to the faith that every
Oh.
Catholic should know, according to the sheet in front of me.
Okay,
Yeah.
that is coming, but I think we should at least name the holy days of obligation and not leave people hanging.
Okay, that's
Because
fair.
at this point,
Yeah.
they would have commented down below
Yeah.
what they think it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Uh,
All right, what are they? Do you know them?
I have them written in front of me, so it does.
Me too,
It's
yeah.
kind of cheating, but I do want to see if our panelists.
All right.
Any of them.
We have New Year's Day,
Well, what is that though?
Ding.
which is.
That's not why it's a holy day
I
of
just
obligation.
know the first. I always go to mass, and I love that. That's how you start your year.
I don't know.
You know?
I don't
You
know.
don't know what
let's
New
see,
Year's
is
Day
it,
I don't know.
Is it?
Come on, guess.
Is it Immaculate Conception?
No.
No, that's.
No.
It is Marian.
It is Marianne.
I feel like there's so many Marian.
It's not the
They're
assumption.
like-
it's not the
all
assumption
of
of Mary.
No, Assumption's in August.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that counts. So do you know what August what?
15th.
Okay,
Ooh,
heck yeah.
It's one of my
Nailed it.
friends who's not Catholic's birthday,
Birthday,
and
cool.
I'm like, on your birthday, I always go to mass for you.
All right, let's go. We can come back to January 1st. We can eliminate the other ones. What
Yep.
else we got?
We got the baptism of the Lord, and that's typically January as well.
I'm not seeing a baptism, dude.
No,
Not
that's
that
not
I
it.
know.
You're
I'm
thinking of
not
the
seeing that.
but not the presentation. It's the weekend before the weekend after the presentation. Is
Yeah,
baptism. That's-
I think you're right. Yeah,
that's
the
on a
baptism award
Sunday.
is always on a Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which technically is a holy day of obligation.
Technically
so
is.
Yes.
We'll give you a half
Yeah,
point. for
yeah, I
that.
think so. I think you
Okay,
get half.
I'll
point for that.
take half point.
All right.
There's one in May. I always forget about that
There's
one.
one in May.
I feel like I almost always forget to go to that.
It's kind of like the one in August, except
One of our producers was
Different.
giving a hint.
The
if
Ascension
Oh, yeah.
of our
what?
Lord?
The Ascension. Yeah, the
Yeah,
Ascension was
yeah.
in May. You
Yes.
don't know when it went May? Because I totally do, and I knew it before I looked down at the sheet.
It's
Obviously,
like the
Obviously.
7th,
21st,
9th.
29th.
Yeah,
It's
that's
the 29th of May.
29th.
basically the 7th. Yeah.
And there's Ash Wednesday and Easter Mass.
Ash
Ash
Wednesday is
Ash
not.
Wednesday is actually not one.
Oh, come on.
I know more
Misconception.
Catholics go on Ash Wednesday than go on a regular Sunday,
Yep,
but
that's
Ash Wednesday's not technically a holy day of obligation.
It's not.
Yeah.
Come on.
But that does not mean that we're discouraging going on Ash Wednesday.
Yes,
You're
please do go
also-
to Ash Wednesday.
Continue to go. If it's just your tradition and you're going, go.
And while you're at it, go on the other Wednesdays too. Just all of them.
Yeah.
They're all good days to go to mass.
Yeah, it's great at our parish because it's in the evening, so it's actually perfect for me to go.
Yeah, but then you don't get to flex your cool ash on your head all day.
I'm when I say Wednesday daily mass at our parish.
Oh,
is,
okay, sorry, I
at
think
6
meant Ash
p.m.
Wednesday.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
I went and like the only time, one of the only times I ever went to mass in high school was going to mass on Ash Wednesday because I got to skip school. I could skip
Oh,
school
that's
and I could go to mass. Yeah, so that's pretty bad,
Alright,
but it was good.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
It was bad that was one of the only times I ever had any desire whatsoever to go to mass as a high school student.
That's what you mean.
God
Yeah.
uses all things, though.
Yeah. All right, come on. There's a really easy one that we're not saying.
I mean, he said Easter, but that's on
Yeah.
a Sunday.
Yeah.
That doesn't. In this world, it doesn't count.
Well, there's one that's tied to another major holiday, kind of like the New
Major
Year's
holiday.
one. It's right after a fun holiday. If you had kids, it'd be like the highlight of that whole season.
Easter, Christmas.
Keep going.
Celebrating people in heaven. Lots of
Oh.
All Saints Day.
All of them.
All Saints Days and All
Very
Saints.
good. Yeah, All Saints. On what day?
Oh, that's November.
November 1st.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Very good. All right. So we're missing three. We're missing three. One is Christmas. We all got Christmas.
There's
Yeah.
December 8th.
Yeah. What is
Yeah.
that? What is that?
Oh, the Conception of Mary.
Immaculate.
Boom.
Immaculate Conception.
Conception,
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Which is the only conception of Mary was the Immaculate one. So yeah,
Exactly.
totally.
There you go.
All right, and now we're back to square one, and also day one, January 1st. You just did it.
I know. It was Mary's
It just happened.
amazing
The
feast day.
solemnity of Mary.
Mother of God.
Boom shakalaka. Look at that.
Just Mary being
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah.
Mary.
I 100% would have gotten all those if I hadn't had it in front of me. I go. I just forget.
And I believe that if you are one of those Catholics that practices the no meat on Fridays throughout the year, those are the days that would be exceptions to that.
Yeah, so mark it on your calendar. Friday, August 15th. You can have a ribeye.
You can, yeah, and you should.
You should. Yeah.
Great way to celebrate the feast day.
Yeah, it's kind of an assault on the Assumption of Mary if you don't have a ribeye steak.
That's
on
right.
that
Yeah,
day.
we
Triple
don't want to be
cheeseburger.
disrespecting Mary like some of the other folks out there that do.
I had a great triple cheeseburger the other day at Steak and Shake before Father Daughter Dance, and that has nothing to do with this, but it was really fantastic. It was really good.
That's approved.
They were out of milkshakes though. All right, we've got a few minutes left, and I want to get started on the secular ones. All right, I haven't seen these. I didn't make these up. I'll say out loud which ones I got and which ones I don't. But are you guys ready for tallies?
Sure.
All right, the first going with our secular skills. Every young adult should know, according to this piece of paper in front of me. How to craft a handwritten note, place it in an envelope, address it, stamp it, and mail it. I have to do that all the time. I'm one of the only people in the world who has to do that regularly because I deal with a lot of the college mail that goes out with the school, and a lot of times they require hard copies, signed, crimped, right, with the seal embossed on them and everything. And so I lick a lot of stamps and handwrite a lot
But
of.
you don't deal with any of the college females.
With the college females, what do you mean?
We said you deal with a lot of the college male.
Hey, oh, that was close. That's a hard-hitting kind of humor. People come to Honest to God, a production of AM 1160
That's right.
Request.
That's right. We're
to
gonna keep
hear.
it up here.
I love that. Yeah, do you guys do? When's the last time any of you guys sent an actual letter in the mail,
It
like
was,
a handwritten letter?
I think it was the summer when I did mine.
Who'd you write it to?
My family.
Aw.
I was out of town, so I was like, oh, why not?
Dude, I get a handwritten letter now, and I get so excited. I feel like I don't know. It's just extra special. What about you? When's the last time you sent one?
I actually didn't write any for Christmas this year, but my friends, like, I'm known for sending them mail. I have friends like all over the world, and that's just kind of fun to send mail.
Yeah.
My favorite was for Father's Day this year. I was traveling abroad, and I was trying to see how bad our Atlanta mail system is.
Sure.
For those of you that don't know, we were under federal investigation for how bad our mail system
Great.
is. My parents are down in Florida. I mailed my dad a postcard from Atlanta, and then from Turkey, and then from Ireland. And ours was the second to arrive. Turkey was first. Ireland was a very close third.
Well, that makes us awkward because this episode of Honest to God is brought to you by USPS, the U.S. Postal Service.
They're getting better all
We're
the
getting
time,
better.
people.
That's actually what they told me to say on the air. That's great.
But
Does
yeah, I
it
used to
count?
mail all the time.
Does it count if my administration has sent letters on my behalf? And
that's fun.
I'm
Yeah.
obviously joking as if I'm the president, but I am kind of my household, and my household sends Christmas cards that are often handed. I think you got one actually, if I'm not mistaken.
We might have. I don't know.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. I don't even know if you got one. If we
My
sent one.
kids write. We make them write thank you notes for Christmas,
Ooh.
and they send those home because it's good
That's
for
a
them.
good
Yeah.
skill.
That's a
Yeah,
good
just
idea.
my mom used to make me do that, and I hated it. And now when I get one, because we send somebody a present that I didn't even pick out, right? My wife picked out, but some kid, godchild or somebody sends us a letter back. It means the world to me, and I know that they hated it. I know they sat at the table, and their mom was like, "Why haven't you written those letters?" But it makes me feel good, and so now I'm glad my mom made me, so I make my kids do it, just perpetuating the cycle ad
Yeah.
infinitum.
And it like seals in a little bit more what they got you and makes it last longer. too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take 'em. My sister-in-law's in a convent, and the only way we can communicate with her is handwritten letters.
Wow.
I mean, I guess we could type the letter if we wanted to, but it's all letters.
It's more memorable if you just handwrite
Yeah.
it yourself.
So we're back and forth and all the time with her, which is a lot of fun.
There you go.
All right, we'll do one more before we go to break. We're getting close.
Very fast.
Oh yeah, it's fine. This one's not gonna take long at all. And it's a hyperlink. I can't click it because it's on a piece of paper, but it says how to set a table.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that means because I know how to put like a plate. Spoon goes on the right. I can do that. I took cotillion. Did you do cotillion?
I did. I've taken probably 3 classes of cotillion.
Do people still do that? Did you?
I
ever do
never
I
cotillion?
did, I did in law school
I didn't
3
have
years
to,
ago.
but
Really?
my mom taught me for your drink plate and your bread plate, you put your pointer finger up, and the D and the B is
Yeah.
where your drink and your bread plate go.
I'm gonna remember that the rest of my life. That's
I did-
actually
She told me once in like 5th grade. and I
because
always
like
remembered
what
it.
I do with my kids to say this is this is a B, this is a D. They do, that's super cool.
Thank you, Mom.
Yeah, that's good to know. See, we're gonna add that. A lot of people are learning now.
Yeah.
Based
Take-
on that.
Take cotillion. It's good.
You should go to cotillion. You're not too cool if
No.
you're. I mean, I don't know if you're in 7th grade or something, and your mom, you're listening to this while your mom's driving the car or something. But cotillion's great. You get to learn how to do the foxtrot and the waltz and all the stuff and all the manner. It's really fun. I loved it as a kid.
Yeah.
I pretended like I hated it, but I loved it.
Yeah, no, it's good. Good manners to learn, especially at the dinner table. You never know when you may eat with the president or a congressman
You
or
never know.
the Prince of Liechtenstein. You never know.
I feel like I don't really want to eat dinner with somebody who's going to be super concerned with how I eat dinner, but I don't know,
That's just
maybe-
a lot of pressure.
Exactly. I'm going to eat dinner with Mario, and we're not even going to care. We're going to have one spork for the
Hey,
whole table.
sure.
All right, we're going to get right back to sporks and all the other things that a young adult should do, should know here in a second. But first, we're going to take a really quick break, and then we're coming back. I'm looking forward to this, guys. We got 23 more. We're going to crank through them. It's going to be a party. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This is Honest to God, a production of The Quest, Atlanta's Catholic Radio. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This is Honest to God, a production of The Quest, Atlanta's Catholic Radio. The studio's gotten bigger.
As
right?
if it wasn't big enough
I
already.
know, it's exciting. There's currently 47 people in this room, including returning from break. From before break, we got Hannah, we got Mario, but we also have Janie, new in studio, never here before, and Drew. You guys know Drew. Everybody loves Drew.
I was here the whole time.
How do you not love that guy? Yeah, he's a good one. I'm a big fan. But because we added new guests, and we still have 23 of these to get through, we're gonna have to do speed fun facts. I
Rapid
think.
fire.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
Starting with Janie. This is the first time ever you've been on the show, so you owe us three. You owe us 3 fun facts right now.
All right, 3 fun facts. I'm a twin. I have a twin sister. She lives in Florida. I'm the oldest of 9. So I've got
Nice.
8 siblings.
But are you older than you? Are you the
Yes.
oldest born twin?
Yes, by
cool.
8 minutes.
Yeah, nice.
Most
Dang.
important 8
Go
minutes
team.
of my life.
Awesome. Yep.
And then I have a devotion to Our Lady of Perpetual Help.
Oh, praise God. Those were really good. 3 quick and concise fun facts.
She was ready. Yeah. Grade her fun. No, we're not going to grade fun
No.
facts, but
We've got-
comment down below your favorite fun fact of Janie.
We can there's some people who could take a lesson from how quick and easy Janie did it, and how fun they were. No, I had a heart attack. No, I got shot in the face.
That
These are all
was-
real fun facts we've had.
I had to give mine right after
Were you on
that
that
one.
show? Oh yeah, the most intense like
There were
back to back.
2 shots or something.
And then
like,
yours was like, I really like.
mine was I ate a
sour cream
donut that
donuts.
day. Yeah. I was like, I need to bring the mood up. Oh my gosh.
What about you, Drew? What you got?
Giraffes, they got blue tongues. It's half a bit about me.
No, dude,
No,
giraffes with
have
blue tongues is cool.
It's pretty cool. They're kind of long, like a hummingbird tongue, kind of.
There was a giraffe that we were friends with one time in a zoo in D.C. Like when I say we were friends, I mean we went there a couple of times, visited the giraffe. His name was Waffles. Waffles died in the fire. Super sad.
In the fire?
Yeah,
That's
that's not
dramatic.
fun. That's not a fun
Just
fact
brought
at
it
all.
down.
That's dramatic.
Yeah, yeah.
We also need Drew's life goal. We didn't. We
Oh, you're doing a life goal?
Drew's life
Just
goal.
spring life goals on him. All right, let's
Oh,
do it.
he was
Give
aware.
us your life goal, Drew. What do you
My
want out of
life
life?
goal? Oh, to get to heaven. It sounds more like a death goal. I feel like having a graphic design studio would be really, really cool. Like that'd be awesome. Like kind of doing art direction and kind of like coaching people and being like, oh, I believe in you. You know, go this direction or something. That sounds.
It's a really good life goal. Well, now does Janie have to do a life goal too?
If you're not ready, she wasn't
It's
prepared.
okay.
If you got
Actually,
one,
No.
yeah, I've got 2. These are like my 2 main life
let's hear
goals.
it.
Okay, my first goal is I'm working on getting a nonprofit organization started. So that, getting that up and running and being successful is probably my current like main life goal. And then secondary to that, ever since I was a kid, my other life goal was I just want to have a family. Pretty basic.
No, pretty beautiful and
That is
wonderful and
pretty
rightly
beautiful.
ordered.
Wow.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
how many are there other twins in your family?
My aunt and uncle have a set of twins.
Okay, but not in the
That's it.
siblings.
No, not in the
Okay,
siblings.
my wife is the second oldest of 9, but the youngest were twins.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I feel like that's normally how it happens. It's normally sort of the older the parents, the more likely
Right.
the twins
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
no,
neat. They got 'em right out of the gate.
Yeah. They said let's start them off strong.
That's gonna make it so much easier. I feel like for the other ones, right? You have 2
Yes.
twin babies, and it's crazy difficult because of the twins.
Right, and they were in school at the time too.
Oh, fun!
Pharmacy
Great.
school. So,
And then afterwards,
yeah.
it's like, oh, there's just one. There's one
Yeah,
baby. Anybody
yeah.
can do one baby.
And what's great is they were girls, so they were just always helpful all the way
Yes.
through.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's pretty great.
Because all of them, mine right now are boys, and I mean they're great, they're helpful, but
Oh no, my 12-year-old son is useless. Yeah, he's
Oh, wow.
no, he's great, and I love him dearly. Like he's very good for chopping firewood, or if I say, go out into the wild and bring me back a
beaver.
magical rock from the side of a mountain 8 miles away. Like he could do that, but if it's like, hey, can somebody help with the dishes and hold the baby? My 10-year-old daughter, 100%. We're wired differently. His skills are going to work great in the future when he needs to go on quests and
Right.
slay dragons, real or metaphorical,
like we do every day.
all the time. Metaphorical dragons, metaphorical quests.
I just
Yeah.
like real dragons. You
Yeah.
should see courtrooms.
You should do that. I love it. All right, let's jump in. Both feet. Those of you who are new, right, who weren't here before the break, you got a little piece of paper in front of you. You guys are behind, so you have to make up. We're not going to give them the back ones. Sorry, they have to start right now. All right, and then catch up. Maybe if we have time at the end, we'll give them the other. But what we're doing is we're going through. I got this list from on high of 30 life skills every young adult should know, and we're on number 8. And you're going to give a tally if you know them.
Speed round.
All right, and we can talk about it. We're going to slowly work our way through this, but the idea is that it's totally a competition. So we're going to see. I'm rooting for Hannah. I
I
think
think we're
Hannah's
on
going to win.
number 3 of the secular ones, though.
Yeah, but
You
then
said-
there's 5
Yeah.
Catholic ones. Look at that
Okay.
real-time math.
I think she's gonna.
You and I were
Puts us
looking at
on
the
8.
real list, and I got confused when you said 8. And
No
but-
worries.
yeah.
No, it's all good. All right, number 3. This is a good one. How to prepare for a job interview and how to thank the interviewer after the interview. Everybody knows how to do that, right?
I
that a
would be
thing?
surprised if everybody does. Yeah,
high.
maybe
Yeah,
some of our
so.
newer young adults. John, I don't know. I'd be curious. Yeah.
I mean, I just had an interview and it went remarkably
Did you
smooth.
crush it?
I think I did.
Good.
I mean, out of like over 100 people, only 10 made it to the final round, and I was included in the final 10, and they're only hiring one person. So
So Mario should get. He
So
should get
when
to
you
do
did
2
the
tally
thank you, what did you do?
I literally, what I did, I think it's like, what I did was I said, I trust your judgment, but I thank you for your time. I really hope that we can continue working together, even if it is at a later time. And my prayers go for you. God bless. And that's it. That's how I ended it.
As somebody who's interviewed a lot of people and like given a lot of jobs, right, in my life, my number 1 tip for people is never, under any circumstances ever, bad mouth where you currently work or where you worked previously. I've had so many job interviews where they just go off and like I knew their situation before, and I understood why they were leaving wherever they were leaving. But don't tell me. Please don't tell me that.
I actually had to one time in an interview.
Tell me why.
Oh, no.
And I'll tell you why. So I work in a field that there's a lot of politics. And my previous job was with somebody who is very opposed politically in the entire state of Georgia as far as how she prosecutes crimes.
Okay.
And I was pulled out from the job by the dean of the law school, actually. And so they got wind of that. So I had to kind of express a little bit of dissatisfaction with the way things were run there, but simply because that was the overall kind of cultural view of her. If I was to talk her up, it would kind of made me look incompetent in what I was able to do.
Right.
But it was I tried to be very political and very diplomatic with my approach, and I think they picked up on that, and I got the job. So it worked out.
There you go.
There you go.
Though there could be exceptions, but that's a very rare exception.
I mean, if it helps provide a little bit of context as to why exactly you're looking for the job, like the context that I provide is like, I want to start out, like my goal is help people, touch people's lives and help build them up. And I realized, but my current job, I'm a line guy at an airport. How am I touching lives? I'm just helping out. I'm just
Oh, but
getting
that's not
experience.
bad mouthing.
It's
Bad
not
mouthing is I had
bad-mouthing.
this
It's like-
terrible manager
Yeah.
and they made me do this and I whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
No, it was. What is it like working for her ex, who's making headlines nationally for her terrible decisions?
Oh, fun. Okay.
Yeah,
that's rough.
I've never had that specific.
Right.
All right, that's good. All right, what about this one? And I do this, but I don't know how I did it to begin with or how I'm still registered. How to register to vote and find your polling place.
The internet, right?
That's kind of what I've used.
That's what I did, yeah.
I mean, I think I registered to vote when I was registered for the draft when I was 18. I don't think I've re-registered. Maybe I have. I don't know.
Oftentimes when you get your driver's license, I think so. If you move states,
Right.
Yeah,
you know,
it is
You
for
just,
sure when
like,
you move states or
Check a box.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
change of address.
I got my driver's license when I was 18, so when I got my driver's license, I also just registered to vote at the same time.
Yeah. I always hear people talk about vote registration and how that's difficult. I've never understood it. It's never
It's
been.
really not that difficult.
I just kind of show up and I go on a website. I type in "Am I registered to vote?" in Google, and then I type in my information, and it
face
says
pops up.
yes, or yeah, okay, cool.
usually 6 months before an election, you can go to any major city and there will be young people with clipboards asking you if you've registered to vote.
Right.
Which you can do that too.
Be careful of scams out there, people.
Oh,
Don't
yes.
give away your information to everybody.
Right.
Definitely.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm going to skip some of these to get some more exciting ones here. How to unclog a toilet. Then it says basic plumbing skills. As the official toilet unclogger where I work, I probably once a week I got to deal with some weird stuff flushed down the toilet. I work in a school, if you don't know, right? And so there's a lot of hats. Rubber ducky flushed down the urinal not too long ago. Yeah, got it out.
That's impressive.
Got it out. I know. Some of them you want to be mad, but it's kind of neat. Yeah.
I was the toilet unclogger at our school, where we went to school at
Were
Southern
you?
Catholic College. Yeah,
Really?
it was. Yeah, it was a good time, interesting time. And oftentimes the girls would leave the room before I came to
That's good.
unclog their toilet. It was good. Yeah, I didn't want to see
Do you
them.
want them to stay in there?
No.
Hey,
But it was
ladies.
just it never failed. If it was a guy's room, they were in there and they were laughing about it. If it was a girl's room, never saw them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Do you remember we had a mutual friend in college who flushed a cherry bomb down the toilet one time? Do you remember that?
Sorry, what?
Cherry bomb, firecracker, blew up the plumbing. You remember this?
oh
I
wow.
remember that.
Yes. Yeah. Don't do that.
Thankfully, I was on the top floor and was only affected by the fact that they had to turn off the water.
Yeah.
But
Those cherry bombs, they keep working. They keep on even in the
It's like
water.
it was lit.
Yes.
They used to be
Yeah, it blew
fireproof.
up. It blew a hole in the piping. It was not great. Neither of us did it.
we don't recommend it. No, neither of us did it.
Oh, this seems sort of gender specific, but I'm not going to allow it to be. How to tie a tie, like how to tie a necktie. Ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, impressive. I had to relearn.
Do you don't know how to tie a tie?
No.
I mean, it makes sense because why would you need
Yeah.
to? But I feel like I don't know. I feel like maybe it's not till you have sons. I don't know. I'm trying to help me justify or tell me that I'm an idiot for thinking girls should be able to tie ties.
So
I think
I
boys
did
should
it
be able to
in-
braid hair.
in elementary school, we were like playing, like the election was happening when I was in elementary school, and we were like, our class had to be for one of the people being elected,
Sure.
and my role was Secret Service. So I went to my parents, was like, I have to be Secret Service. So my dad gave me one of his black ties.
And taught you how to do it.
Yeah, taught me how to do it, so I could redo it and undo it at school. Gave me glasses and his like big blazer, and I was Secret Service.
That's cool.
See,
It was really cool.
Core
I
memories.
know I've been taught before.
Right.
Because I have brothers and a father, and I know that they've taught me before, but I would have to like Google it again because I'm obviously not wearing a tie on a regular basis.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other things that only girls do that I feel like guys should be able to do, right? And I do
Braid hair.
that's what
Yeah.
I feel
I would say
strongly.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you have
Yeah.
if you have girls, braid hair.
Or at least do a ponytail.
Yeah.
For,
I
like,
can do a
Yeah.
killer
Yeah.
ponytail. I use a vacuum cleaner. I'm dead serious. I use a vacuum
I've
cleaner.
seen that on like
Wow.
TikTok. Or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. You
Like
put the
one-
That's
you put the
honestly a
scrunchie or
genius
whatever
move.
over the vacuum
Uh-huh.
cleaner. You suck up all the hair.
Oh
It
my
pulls it back
goodness.
perfect, and then you just
Do you
That's
have
perfect.
like a clean
Innovative.
vacuum?
So
just a
cute.
regular vacuum cleaner.
Clean vacuum.
Any dirt that might be in there is going to get sucked right back into the vacuum cleaner, so it works out great.
I mean, hey, he's not wrong.
Yeah, I don't use like a wet vac from my wood shop or something, right? Like I use the, and I take off the ends. It's great. All right, but that's not on here. So, here's a good one from the safety perspective, and this might lead to some discussion. How many drinks in what time frame will put you above the legal limit, and should not drive with significantly less than that? Yeah. How much you can drink safely. And as a former firefighter, I will say I am terrified of DUI. If I have like a beer and a half, I'm not getting behind the wheel of the car. It freaks me out.
Yeah, I would say even one drink.
Yeah, it makes me very nervous. If I have a drink, if I come over to your house and I have a drink, I'm not going to drive myself home for at least an hour or so after I have the one drink.
Yeah.
It just scares me. We had a lot of traffic accidents and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
It also depends on the drink. I mean, if it's a beer, those are heavier, they're lighter in alcohol,
Right.
and if you're a guy, they're going to absorb faster. But if you're drinking whiskey on an empty stomach on the rocks, that's gonna hit pretty hard, pretty
Right.
quick. Yeah, so it's very specific.
Well, and I kind of like how it was the specific one because it is specific. I mean, I'm not trying to like make any judgment calls here, but I bet I can drink Hannah under the table right now,
I am a lightweight.
which is good because
Yes.
surprise on this episode of Honest to God. Now,
We're all doing shots.
we had an episode like that, but it
Of
got
water,
lost in the
of
ether.
water.
Oh,
that
my
happens
goodness.
sometimes. They disappear into the ether.
Yeah, and it didn't get overridden. It just got overridden by the computer system. It got a corrupted file, unfortunately.
Oh,
We'll have to redo it.
here's another one that's an official duty of mine on a regular basis in our school parking lot. How to jumpstart a car.
I think
Oh, I know that one.
Oh, good. Everybody? Did everybody get that one?
is
Yeah.
black the
Good.
grounding one or is red the grounding one?
Black's the ground.
Black's always
Okay, I'll
grounding.
give
Yeah.
that a win.
I don't know. I feel like you had to ask a follow. It's fine. It's fine. Have you ever done it?
Yes.
Yes.
All of you have? You've never done it?
Nope, never had to.
I had to do it for my teacher one time.
Female teacher.
No, it was like
No.
actually he was engaged to my female teacher.
No.
Yeah.
I will sleep at the school and never go home before I would let one of my students jumpstart my car. For
I mean,
me.
no, he needed my car.
Yeah.
I was one of the last students to leave, and he was right there, and he said, "Hey, my car's not starting up. You think we could jumpstart my car with your car?" And I said, "Sure, why not?" And then he had the jumper cables, I had the working car, and then we did it because he was about to
Oh, but
take
was
her.
he helping with it?
No, we were doing it together. It's like, okay, why not? Why not?
Okay. I thought what you were saying was my male teacher had to come say, "Please, Mario, help me. I can't get my car."
Oh god. Oh no.
That would be once again. I
Yeah,
would
he-
literally I would say, "I live here now. I'm never leaving this place."
The idea
It's
that
fine.
the funny thing was he was about to take his girlfriend, who was my teacher, on a date in his car.
Oh, nice.
So he's like, okay, let me really help you out because you really need this.
I don't think change a tire is on here, but it should be.
It definitely should
I
be.
know how
Can
to
anybody
do
change
that.
a tire?
Yeah.
How to do that.
Myself.
What's that?
Not by myself, no.
Oh, really?
It's hot.
Oh, you gotta get on it.
Yeah, I've got a pop of tires.
Pick up the phone, call
Don't
triple
pop
it.
it.
I'm just kidding. If you need to, yeah. But
There you go.
It's funny that you said that because it's not on here, and I'm glad it's not. But I'll just go ahead and out myself on this. I kept looking for how to file your taxes, and I wanted to say it's easy. Get your W-2, give them to your dad. I still use my dad's tax guy. I
Oh
send
my
everything to Frank. Big shout out to Frank in Americus, Georgia. I just send him a bunch of W-2, paste all my stuff, and he does everything. I don't know what happens.
Wow.
I just know I get a check, and Frank makes a couple $100. So
Impressive.
pretty good
There you
deal.
go.
That's the extent of it. You file your own taxes? You do it yourself?
I've been doing it
Use
since.
TurboTax?
I'll rotate between TurboTax, H&R Block. Depends on the deal.
Yeah.
Depends on what I've done, how much money I've made, which is usually not very much. But,
I feel that. Yeah.
yeah, it's usually free. Let's just say that. Yeah.
Yeah, changing the tire is a big one. We do we got like a life skills class, we call it at my school, and that's all that stuff is in there, right? Wiring a socket and doing all the Just
You
basic
got
stuff.
CPR in there in that class?
We've never had a CPR thing. You know, that'd be a really good idea.
That actually-
And then stop the bleed classes
Or just,
too.
yeah, like
if
first
you,
aid.
If you've never done one of those, do them. They're good.
Can we do number 19?
Number 19, how to handle a speeding ticket. You just want to bring up your expertise, Julian. How to handle a speeding
I
ticket.
will. I haven't gotten one.
Same.
lucky.
Y'all have never
You guys
gotten a
are
speeding
lucky.
ticket?
I have been pulled over twice, but I might have talked my way out of it.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to one up
Yeah.
your story. I've been pulled over 12 times. I've gotten
Wow.
one
Oh my
ticket ever,
goodness.
and the police officer apologized and said that he was going to have to give me one. I hit some other guy, and it
Oh,
was
wow.
Southern
totally my fault. And I've always been really proud of that fact. So wait,
12
instead of
is a
this, can y'all tell us how you talk your way out of a speeding ticket?
They're girls.
I'm just I'm just really nice.
Do you cry?
I argued with the cop once.
And you didn't get a
Wow.
ticket?
No, because I was right.
Wow.
Whoa.
And my grandmother was in the car, and
Oh, that helps.
she was technically the one driving.
Right.
And she like stopped halfway through an intersection, and the light was red, and so he pulled her over for that. And we were on our way to Panama City, and
You and
so-
grandma going to PCB, baby. I like that. Okay.
it was like 2 years ago. I don't know. And yeah, so anyway, she was like super frazzled and upset. And like he was trying to accuse her too of going like 80 miles an hour, which she was not at all. And so that's what I argued with him on. Like I just focused on that as
Right.
opposed to the fact that she literally ran a red
Yeah,
light. And so, and then I think he just had pity on us and let us go.
He wasn't having that. He wasn't.
He was-
I would.
I get it. I would not be able to give a girl a speeding ticket. I'm sorry. I don't think I'd be able to do that.
You should start crying is what I hear.
I-
No, or the eye sob up or something.
I've done that
No.
once.
That's a
the
good girl
arguing is
power.
very impressive, you know. It's-
I
it
was
sucks.
shaking like a leaf. I was literally like trying not to show it. I was shaking like a leaf though.
One time I had my children wake up a sleeping baby in the back of the car so that the baby would be crying by the time he got to the window to add to the ambiance of, I'm so sorry, officer. Because I did. I blew through a stop sign, like totally
Oh my
like
goodness.
rolling stop. And
You really are the pro.
when he
Wow.
came around the corner, there was a big old lip full of grizzly wintergreen long cut. I knew it was going to be like taking candy from a baby. And we had a great conversation. And he said, "You have a great day, brother. Watch out for that stop sign." I said, "Yes, sir, you got it."
That's how you do
I'm
it.
obnoxiously polite. Obnoxiously polite. Lights on, car off, hands on the steering wheel. Yes, sir, officer. Everything. The opposite of Janie arguing with the guy. You got any tips, Hannah? How'd you get it? How'd you
Well,
get out of this?
mine was one of those where I didn't tell a lie, but I realized he implied something that I didn't correct.
Mhm.
So I was in college. I like did an internship where I lived in a different city,
Oh, cool.
and I came back like after a few weeks to visit my friends. So I was visiting them at an apartment complex I actually used to live at. And on my way there, I was speeding on a road everybody speeds on. It was like 42 and a 35 or something
Sure.
like that. Got pulled over, and I was so flustered. That was my first time ever getting pulled over, and he was asking me what my address was, and I was trying to remember my new address,
Right.
and I couldn't really remember it. So I was like, I just moved. I live over here now, and I think this is my address. Well, where are you going? And they had just changed my apartment complex's name, so I was trying to remember what it was called. I was like, I don't know, but I'm visiting my friends there. He goes, well, ma'am, whenever you're in a new city, look at all the speed limit signs and just make sure to take note of that. And I could have said, oh, I used to live here, but I didn't.
Right.
And I
That's
said,
smart. Prudent.
yes, officer. And then he said, okay, have a good day.
Oh, that's good.
I was like, oh, that's fine. And then the other time, something bigger happened. Like he got called off.
Oh,
and was
that's
just
the
like,
best.
you're good. All done.
I had that happen
Yeah.
one time where the guy walked up to me and then his thing started chattering and he said, "Slow down." I said, yes, sir. And then he just left.
Mine was like,
Do you have any legal advice for us, producer Julian?
Well, I am not qualified to give legal advice, but I can give friendly advice from somebody who has gone to law school. Oh, I might be stretching it a little bit there, but so we've heard a lot of advice on how to get out of tickets, but the question was how to handle a ticket. And we live in a country, if you were listening here in the United States, that we protect the right to, you do not have to self-incriminate. So if you were ever pulled over, do not ever say how fast you were going. You just be polite, be very friendly to the police officer. If he asks how fast you were going, just say I was moving, but I'm not sure what the speed was. Yeah, don't ever admit what the speed was, because let's be honest, unless you're looking perfectly at it and your speedometer is perfectly aligned, then you may not even know. And make sure you go to court, make them prove 100% that you were speeding, because most likely the prosecutors are not going to like this, but they may drop it or at least reduce how much you have to pay. If you just pay online, then you have literally self-incriminated yourself. So go
But what
to
do you say to
court.
me who says I'd rather pay $75 and just not worry about the driving to court?
Well, just paying $75 will typically bring points on your license, which
I
could
don't know how
cause
that
your
works.
insurance to go up, which could
Okay.
cause other things to happen. And if you just go to court, oftentimes the prosecutor will give you an opportunity to say, okay, listen, we'll drop it down to $30. And I don't know any speeding ticket that's going to be $75 nowadays. Let's be honest.
I wouldn't know. I don't get them.
I haven't gotten a speeding ticket in years, but I've heard that they are
God, I did
at
get
least 100 and they're minimum $180 nowadays.
I remember
Yeah.
too. I'm very
And you are going to get points on your license. Your insurance will probably go up.
Right.
So if you go to court, they'll probably reduce how much you're going to pay. They'll say we won't report it to the insurance, we won't put points on your license, and it will just be much better for you. So go to court, make them prove it, or at least give you an offer.
My beautiful bride got pulled over for talking on her cell phone while driving, and we had to go to court, and she made the decision to get pulled over in Cobb County, which is a long way from where I live, and so to be honest, I was kind of excited about it. I looked up the maximum fine for that. It was a first time offense, right? It was $50, right? We were going to pay $50, and I was expecting I'm going to pay $50 and I'm going to get 2 hours of entertainment, right? It's court. It's going to be like Judge Judy, right? We show up. I'm wearing a suit, and no tie, but a suit, and she's dressed up nice, got her face on, all this stuff, right? We got a little baby with us, and we look like this nice little couple. Everybody else there was in pajama pants and undershirts, so that was
Gosh.
great. I was like, this is perfect. Now I'm more excited about what I'm about to see. At 8 o'clock or whenever they opened, a darn clerk walks up, dismisses everything, tells us to have a good day and to buy one of those little things, put your phone in the car. And I was so disappointed. I was so excited. $50 was worth the enjoyment for me to get to go there. But we had a great breakfast together, just me and Angie and the baby.
Go use the $50 for breakfast.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
We spent at a
it's
little
even
Australian
better.
bakery in Marietta.
Court is great. It's dramatic, but yeah.
All right, we're not going to get through the rest of these, so let's line item. What do you think? Pick your favorite, producer Julian.
Let's go with number. Ooh, I like it hard. Yeah, number 8. It's a little bit of a hard topic. It's quick.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's I didn't even see that one.
Yep.
Number 8, how to avoid pornography, as in how to set filters, use software, accountability partners, etc. No person in this room or listening to this online or listening to this on the radio or online is old enough to not have filters on your phone. That is totally true. Doesn't matter if you struggle or don't struggle or whatever. You should have the filters. I have filters on my phone. I know the passwords to my filters, but just the basic Apple filters of if I want to look at anything that's considered adult content, right? Sometimes it's watching a movie or accessing YouTube videos or something. I have to take 3 minutes to go in and put in a passcode and say, allow this website, allow this, and do it, because I don't ever want that garbage seeping into my brain or in front of me.
That's good advice. Anybody else
Any
have
other
advice
thoughts on that?
No, that's a great point.
Yeah.
As an adult,
Yeah.
it's basically mandatory.
Yeah.
Yeah. That and have accountability partners. I think, at least for me, I'm doing Exodus 90.
Heck yeah.
So once you find an accountability partner that's really, really with you, that it just makes life so much easier.
I would say accountability partner for all things, right? It's just good to have, that should be one of these, how to maintain good, solid friendships, good, solid same-sex friendships too. And we've talked about that on the show a lot before. I think it's oftentimes easier for girls than boys. I could be wrong, but it seems like male intimacy and guys finding other guys to be like, hey, I'm not perfect and I struggle with these things and I want to talk about it, is so important and a big part of maturing and growing up.
Guys also get very busy and get caught up in what they're doing. I know I'm guilty of that. I know I've tried to reach out to John Henry, not put him on the spot.
Right.
He has answered for me many times, but he's
Very seldom.
I'm
I
also
don't-
hard to get in touch with. I think I have 9,300 text messages right
Yeah,
now.
I'm
Oh
in
my
the same boat.
gosh.
Oh, wow.
It's a lot.
Man, we're almost done. We got like 90 seconds left. Any last minute thoughts on adulting before we do this tally? Anything you wish you had known before you entered your young adulthood?
It'd be kind of tough. I honestly didn't see that coming. I just thought it'd be good. I really did.
You
I
thought-
was like, this is gonna be great. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be an adult. It's just kind of my goal. And then one day I'm like, oh gosh, I'm 16. Okay. Oh, I'm 17. Oh my gosh, it's the 18th birthday.
I'm registering to be
I'm
drafted into
registered-
war.
Yeah, exactly. That was one of the
Whoa.
wake ups. There was a lot along the way, but
That's awesome. Yeah, I I will throw a big recommendation out to anybody who's watching or listening. We have so many episodes specifically about so many of these topics that we just touched in miniature. Please go back and check those out. Yeah. And before we close out, I do want to do a real quick pitch for Mustard Seed, right? Mustard Seed is looking for 4 male spots, including a priest, for their trip down to Jamaica, July 26th through August 2nd. Could not possibly recommend it more. Mustard Seed, friend of the show. It is a mission trip that is not just good for the people you're serving, but good for you. It really is. So please check out Mustard Seed. Go to gofishoutreach.com. That's gofishoutreach.com for more information. And I think that's it.
That's it.
Man. That was a really crazy fast second half.
It was, yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for being here. Jenny, thanks for being here for the first time. Mario and Hannah, Drew, always a pleasure. Producer Julian, I think it's time. You ready?
It's time. Let's go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This is Honest to God, a production of the Quest, Atlanta's Catholic Radio. Producer Julian,
Signing off.
over and out.